As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Soon you will die, and still you aren't sincere." Undisturbed, or free from suspicion that external things can harm you. Nor are you gracious to all, knowing that wisdom and acting justly are one and the same. This quote perfectly captures the life of a man named Aurelius, a wealthy merchant from ancient Antioch. Let's explore his story. Aurelius sat on the beautiful terrace of his villa, the warm sun on his feet, but he felt no peace. For weeks, his mind was a storm of anxiety. He obsessed over a shipment of grain coming from Egypt, imagining pirates on the high seas and terrible prices at the port. His face was always etched with worry, and his temper was so short that everyone in his household tiptoed around him, afraid of setting off another outburst. His elderly housekeeper, Livia, had been with his family for 40 years. She moved with a calm, steady grace, accepting Aurelius's sharp orders with a simple, quiet nod. She was a picture of tranquility. One day, a young servant boy accidentally broke an expensive bowl. Aurelius exploded in a fit of rage that left the boy trembling for an hour. But Livia, she just calmly swept up the broken pieces, not with anger or frustration, but with the quiet focus of someone simply doing what needed to be done. It was just a task, not a catastrophe. Aurelius couldn't stop comparing himself to others. He would scrutinize his neighbors, judging the quality of their clothes and the number of their servants, feeling that their success somehow made him smaller. When his business rival, Cassius, landed a big contract with the governor, a wave of bitter envy washed over Aurelius. It ruined his appetite and soured his wine. He couldn't even manage a polite hello to Cassius in public. Instead, choosing to avoid him, convinced that Cassius must have cheated to get ahead. He held on to this suspicion, letting it fester. One evening, Aurelius was pacing back and forth on his mosaic floor, practicing an angry reply to a tax collector's letter. Suddenly, a sharp, crushing pain exploded in his chest. He gasped for air, and the grand villa he had worked so hard for, the very source of all his stress, began to spin. Livia heard him fall and rushed to his side. She didn't panic. With a surprising strength, she gently moved the heavy man to make him more comfortable, and then ran to get a doctor. As Aurelius lay there, staring up at the flawlessly carved ceiling he had spent a fortune on, the weight of his life's priorities finally crashed down on him. The pirates he feared, the rivals he envied, the perfect image he tried to maintain, all of it just dissolved into nothing. In his final moments, he wasn't thinking about the warmth of the sun or the kindness of the woman holding his hand. Instead, his last feeling was a weak, bitter resentment that he was running out of time, that he couldn't secure one last great deal. He died grasping at ghosts, having failed to simply be good to the people right in front of him. So what does this story teach us? Aurelius spent his life chasing wealth and security, but all it brought him was constant worry, suspicion, and envy. He shows us what it means to live a life that isn't sincere, or undisturbed, or gracious. His focus on external things, the ships, the taxes, the rivals, stopped him from seeing the real truth. That wisdom isn't about what you have, but who you are. It's about your own character and the simple justice of how you treat others. Aurelius was consumed by fears of things he couldn't control, while neglecting the one thing he could: the choice to act with kindness and sincerity. He forgot to live while he was busy worrying about the what-ifs. If this story connected with you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching.